Now it's time for Straight on the Point with Jesse T. from some undisclosed location somewhere in the world. Now, ladies and gentlemen, here's Jesse T.
Where is he? Where is he? I don't know where he's at. He's not here today. The hat is in the cat. The cat has got the hat. Oh, it's me, Jesse T. The Brown Beauty is back on duty. Good to have you along with me. Hey, as we broadcast live on the air and everywhere from the community to the world in paradise that we call Los Angeles, except there's just one big problem. There's too many people. Yeah. Oh, man. The mountains were ablaze. The hills were on fire. I know so many folks who have lost their houses, their horses, everything, their car collections. And I don't know anybody has lost a family member. Thank goodness for that. But they are up there recovering bodies right now in the Woolsey fire. They think they have a couple of more there. And it's just a terrible thing. It's all kind of gone down now, and they're letting folks back in. Oh, that's just going to be horrible. My goodness, all the stuff we saw on Facebook and Instagram Live and all these photos and these videos and people running down. And that campfire, oh, that was Dante's Inferno. If there was ever a Dante's Inferno on the planet Earth, that was like Dresden in Germany after the bombing of World War II. Man, there were fire tunnels these people were driving through in their cars. And this one lady was praying while she was driving through this fire tunnel up in the mountains. Just horrible. Well, we're going to talk about that on Thursday. I've got a big show lined up about that because I got opinions, as odd as they may be, of why these fires started. And you know me, Jesse T. I always got to look at things from a different kind of perspective, right? Well, the only perspective I'm looking at right now is to the right of me because she is the most beautiful woman in here. Yeah, that's right. I'm going to get her name right. It's spelled completely different, but I'm going to get it right. It's Jennifer Behrens.
That's perfect.
Did I get it right?
Yes, you did.
Now, if you were in my classroom, it would be just like that video we see going all around the world on Facebook and Instagram where the African-American teacher is in there and he's been an inner-city teacher for 40 years and he comes to an all-white classroom and he starts messing up everybody's name, right?
Right.
Aaron.
Aaron.
Yeah, it's Aaron.
Jennifer.
Yeah.
Jennifer.
Yeah. I would blow your name because your first name actually starts with not J.
It starts with a Y.
Why?
Why? Well, let me explain why. The J sound in Spanish is a Y. So Y is a J sound.
Right.
And the J sound in Spanish is an H, like Juan, Julio,
right.
Jose. So
Jesus. Jesse Torrero,
so,
Jesus.
See? There you go.
Yes.
So Jennifer is more Jennifer. Jessica is Jessica, Yesenia, Yolanda. So it's a softer J in Spanish. We don't really have a J. You know, it's more, it's just a softer.
I love the way you say Yolanda.
Yolanda.
Yolanda. Yolanda.
Yeah, so it sounds better in Spanish when you're like saying it Jennifer.
It
but
does.
in English, it's like Jennifer. It's like,
Jennifer. Oh, you get that nasally sound in there, right?
This, like,
yeah.
nasally, like, my college friends still make fun of me. They're like, Jennifer, how you doing?
Isn't that funny?
Yeah.
How language is so different in different cultures and different parts of the world. But I'll tell you, the Latin language, even when it's translated into English, it is so sexy. Oh, yeah.
Feeling, passion. People are constantly saying, why are you screaming? I'm not screaming. I'm expressing myself. I'm passionate.
I'm passionate. You have got an excuse built into your DNA. You are so lucky. You are born this way. Yeah, and it just makes me want to drop my voice and be sexy. Ooh. Jennifer. Instead of Jennifer. Wait a minute, is that a Chihuahua? What is that?
Dude, say my name in French.
Jennifer.
Jennifer.
Oh, baby. I got a cramp in my big toe. Oh, no. Oh, isn't that worse when you're making love and you get a cramp in your calf? It's just horrible.
That must be horrible.
I get a cramp every night. So nothing ever gets accomplished. That's birth control, man. Torrero style, Jesse T. Yeah, get a cramp. It shuts everything down. Now that we've just about gone off the rocker.
I'm going to take a drink of water.
Take a drink of water. Okay, just don't take it too far. Got a joke there. Set you up real good.
You sure did.
Yes, I
Jesse
did.
T, bad boy.
Yeah, I am a bad boy. You know the cartoon that I really used to love when I was growing up, and you're too old to know this because you are, you're like 4,000 years old, and I'm like, 26. Well, wait a minute, I should have said that the other way, shouldn't I?
Are you talking to me? Or
Yeah,
are you talking to someone
I was just talking to myself.
I know you're not talking to me.
Oh, I'm going to get a left cross here in a second.
I don't know. Someone else in the room that I haven't noticed.
I was just trying to get some points in, that's all. God, please. No, you're just too young, actually, probably, to remember this cartoon. But I know growing up, you did have a chance to see it because, those Looney Tune cartoons and stuff, Hanna-Barbera cartoons way back from the 1950s, 60s, and 70s.
That's just a universe. I mean, that's just timeless, actually.
Yeah, they really
they
are.
are timeless.
And my favorite, one of my favorite ones was the skunk.
Oh yeah.
Who wanted
to
Pepe Le Pew.
Yes. Hello, darling.
Yes. And he was always
I used to do that with
and he was always after the beautiful feline. And he thought,
you are so sexy, baby.
Yes. He thought she was a cat, but she was a skunk. Or some.
You smell so good.
Yeah, you just smell so good. Hey, I love that. You talk about man. He had one too many catnip. That's for sure.
That was a cute one.
So you have a great career going, man. It is exploding. This is a great actress. You can check her out on IMDb. She's got a long list of cool stuff, and now she's out in something really cool that you can see on a pretty regular basis. Tell me about it.
Well, I was just on Grey's Anatomy.
Yeah.
And that was a really fun episode. It honored El Día de los Muertos, and it aired the day before El Día de los Muertos. So it was a really special episode where they just really explained it in a way where it wasn't... it was just very authentic.
Right.
Very authentic and a lot of fun. And every single character, like every single storyline, had something to do with it, acknowledged it.
Right.
It was just so much fun to be part of.
Yeah, and those sets are so professional. Mm-hmm. Everything, when you come up as a young actor and you're cutting your chops, you're paying the dues, whatever you want to call it, right? You're begging for work, and I need to eat tonight, thank you, right? Whatever it may be.
Right.
No, I'm actually still begging for money. Well, that's another story. I just got done selling cherries on the side of the freeway at 605. That was me.
I recognize the hat. That's what it was. I'm like, he looks so familiar to me.
Cherries.
I just bought
oranges. But when you're coming up, you're working on all kinds of different sets, especially trying to get that time in film and the time on tape, and now the time on digital, right?
Exactly.
And you're trying to get everything you can do, and you work in the craziest conditions
as
are
actors.
just as actors.
Like
what is
you
like
get an audition, or you have a callback, or you got the job.
Right.
We just show up. They give us a random address, and you show up. Like even today for me. Here,
right.
Like you have an interview, and then I'm like, where am I going? I get in here, and it was like,
she walks in. Jesse boy. Here, Jesse.
We are the most trusting, group of human beings on the planet.
I think you are.
Because we just want to share our our art, our craft, and if they tell us be here, we are there. We don't ask any questions.
No, very. I got a job, man. I'm getting paid,
It's so
and I'm doing
crazy.
what I want to do. I'm
actually-
going.
We actually produced a film years ago on 2011. It was a horror film, and
Okay.
it's called The Unknowns. But we did it in Spanish, called Los Desconocidos.
Right.
And can I tell you?
Oh, you can
it
tell
was
me
set-
everything
it
you
was-
want.
It was about actors that got cast in a movie, and they were taken to this location.
Mm-hmm.
And guess what happened?
They were all chopped up.
Yep, except for my character. But then I was set up as if I was the one who did it.
So
But-
you were the bad girl.
But I wasn't. So the director and the producer of the film, they were the
Yeah.
bad.
But
guys.
they set you up so you'd take the fall.
Yep. Oh, yep.
So what is the craziest, in your career up to this point, looking back on it, what is like one or two of the you got on the set and you said, I'm not going in that cage with a lion. Thank you. I mean, was there anything like that really stands out like that?
Well, aside from this horror film
Right.
that we decided to do, let's see.
That's the one I want to know right there. You see, that's the one I want to know. I don't know if she's going to tell me, but that's the one I want
Well,
to know.
the thing is, we work in like the worst conditions as far as weather.
Tell me a weather condition you worked in.
I'll tell you, my very first film
Mm-hmm.
that I did, it was in San Francisco. It was set in the summer.
Right. That's cool.
We did it in March. Like
That's not
February,
cool.
March in San Francisco.
Yes.
So I basically was wearing nothing, like
And it's freezing cold.
bikini
Oh,
or little dress and no jacket, and I'm supposed to act like it's
Oh.
summertime.
Gosh.
I mean, that was the hardest. It was so hard to just not
Be cold.
be cold. And and then there was another time I did a film up in Big Bear in the middle of the snow.
Oh,
And
yeah.
They decided to do the scene outside with the snow because it's so beautiful. And I'm
Right.
smoking, but I'm like,
Yeah,
I'm
your
trying
hand.
not to,
The jackhammer
like,
cigarette.
holding my hand, and
Right,
I'm, like,
right.
trying to act.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is probably the hardest thing for
Right,
me,
right.
especially because I'm a tropical girl. I was born in Venezuela. I was raised in Miami,
Right.
and cold weather just
It doesn't. Yes.
it just doesn't do it for me.
It is summertime in Venezuela now. Coming up to summer because the other side of the equator.
It is. Well,
Yeah.
actually, let me see.
Yeah.
No. It's the same. It's always kind of summer in Venezuela
It
anyway.
is.
It doesn't really get
Because
cold.
you're
There
close to the
is-
equator.
There is though a state called Merida,
Yes.
where it does snow and
Yeah.
you can ski and everything.
Chile,
and
it
it's really beautiful.
snows too.
Yes,
Chile,
in
yeah.
Chile, absolutely. But that's definitely south of the
Yeah,
equator.
that's right.
But Venezuela isn't. Venezuela is right before the equator.
Right.
It's more Ecuador and Brazil, but and it's so beautiful, my country.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A lot of Europeans
Yes.
immigrated to there hundreds of years ago.
Hence Barons.
Yes.
Yes, my
Right.
great grandfather
Italians,
was
Germans.
German.
Yeah, a lot of
and-
Germans and Italians.
Yes. and-
Spanish, of course.
And Lebanese.
Lebanese.
I'm also Lebanese
Right.
on my mom's side.
Really?
Yes, her dad was half Lebanese.
Wow.
Which
Well,
I didn't learn
I'm glad-
until later in life. I had no idea.
Well, I'm glad your knees are okay and they're not Lebanese anymore. There's a joke in there. Yes, the Jesse T humor on the Jesse T Show, Facebook.com/Jesse Torrero, Instagram live at Jesse Torrero, and YouTube, Jesse Torrero, and Price Club and Sam's Club and Kmart and Sears and Walmart. Oh, wait, no, I got to do my shopping. That's right. No, Twitter, LinkedIn, Periscope, and live stream. It feels like shopping. I don't know. But Christmas is coming up.
Yes,
Are
it
you
is.
ready? That's it. I got the answer.
I haven't even thought of Christmas, actually.
Yeah.
I'm like, Thanksgiving is coming up. That I can't believe.
Are you a big Thanksgiving woman? Do you like Thanksgiving?
I do. I love Thanksgiving.
Are you a naturalized citizen, or are you still a dual citizenship?
I am a dual citizenship.
Dual citizen.
But yes, I am.
Do you celebrate Thanksgiving here?
Oh, yeah. I
Okay.
was raised. I mean, I got here when I was 4 years old.
Oh, you were a baby.
So
Yeah.
I'm pretty much.
Southern California girl or
yes,
Miami girl?
I've been here for 20 years now in LA, so
Oh.
I'm an Angelino. I really feel it.
Did you go to Miami
I
first
go-
when you were a little girl with your parents?
We actually went to DC first.
You went to D.C.?
Yes,
wow.
we were in DC, and then
Okay.
we went to Miami.
Yeah.
My grandfather was the ambassador, the counselor of Venezuela all over the states.
How cool is that?
Yes, he's a very
Wow.
smart man. And so when my parents moved here, he was stationed in DC, and so we went there first.
Cool. Very nice. So you're just she's just a Cali girl. That's right.
I love Cali.
Yes, that's right. Beach, bongo, boogaloo.
But can I tell you,
Yes.
I do miss my warm beach from Miami when I
Yeah.
first moved here, especially when I came
Humid,
to San
though.
Francisco. Huh?
Humid.
In Miami, it's humid, and it's actually really good for your skin.
Is it really?
Yes.
Is that why you're so
Very-
beautiful?
Well, thank you.
Yes. You're
But
welcome.
now I have to really moisturize my face and my body
Right.
at least twice a day.
Yeah,
'Cause
see,
you
but,
get ashy here.
A lot of
really
folks
dry.
in the West Coast don't understand the humidity that you get blasted with in the Florida and Florida Keys.
Yeah.
They don't understand it. And explain what that is like. I mean, in terms of it rains out of nowhere in the middle of the day.
You're driving down, say you're driving down the 405, and all of a sudden it's like you drive through a cloud of rain. And then you look back, you're like, what was that?
Yeah, right.
I
And then
swear.
it's hot again.
And then it's hot.
Right.
And it's really incredible. I mean,
Yeah.
right now when I was just there this summer, and
Mm-hmm.
the heat and the humidity was insane. I'm not used to it anymore.
Yeah.
But there
That's what
is
happens.
really a wonderful thing that happens
Mm-hmm.
to your skin.
Right.
You
Yeah.
just start seeing the difference.
Yeah. Absolutely. No, I do agree. Florida.
Where are you
just
from originally?
Chicago.
Oh, I love Chicago.
Chicago. You got to say Chicago.
Chicago. Oh,
Chicago's my
I was
kind of
just
town.
there a month ago
Chicago
for the premiere.
is
I love
my kind of town. Yes.
It's the best.
Razzmatazz.
I love it. I love it.
Yeah.
We were there for the premiere of a film that I
Really?
just did.
What was the film?
It's called The Law of Moises. It's a faith-based family film, and it's going to be in theaters this January.
Faith base
2020.
is really coming up now.
Yes.
Yeah.
The director, she's an African-American woman, Crystal Barnes. She's fantastic, wonderful. This is her first
Right.
feature. And I just had a wonderful time.
Right. Kevin Hercules, Kevin Sorbo, he is doing nothing but faith-based films.
Yes, I know. I did one with him 2 years ago, which we're waiting for it to get done. It's called The Pasture.
Right.
And last year I did that and The Law of Moises.
Yeah, we talked to him about that and about what's happening in that genre of filmmaking. Americans are just striving and looking for something that's wholesome. I mean, how many blow up, chop them up, cut them up, and seriously crazy movies that you see at the big theater chains that you can see. I mean, you kind of want something else.
You do. You want something to be able to bring your family.
Yeah.
To,
What?
I'm
a
a
family? To the movies? Wait a second. It's a foreign.
And learn something and just come out inspired. And
it's not like they're pounding God down your throat or anything like that. They really aren't. And maybe 25 years ago they were, and 30 years ago the films were, but now they're just they're just good writing with storytelling and a moral message, like Mr. Smith Goes to Washington and Jimmy Stewart, that old black and white movie, or all those movies where there was the John Wayne cowboy movies when they had a moral message to them.
It's just it's a inspiring message, something spiritual, something where we all connect.
So where can we see that film that you're in?
The Law of Moises is going to come out January 2019 in theaters, and then also in all of, I'm sure, the
social media,
like,
Amazon Prime,
Amazon Prime,
Netflix,
yes, exactly.
all these
I'm
things,
like, ooh,
right?
I
That's
drew
all
a
right.
blank. But yes, look for it.
Yeah.
It's gonna be
Now
great.
you have a lead.
I am.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's based on the Book of Moses.
I love Moses.
Okay, so I play Miriam, the sister.
Oh, you do.
And
So is
Moses
it a modern adaptation like Romeo and
yes.
Juliet, like they do with
It's
fast cars and stuff?
Modern
But it's
adaptation.
Moses.
And it's so
Moses
it's a play
and Esther.
on the Book of Moses,
And
and
Esther.
my brother's name is Moises, and I'm Miriam, and
Miriam,
we live in this
Thinking Noah.
Cairo.
Abraham.
You know
Right.
Cairo, Illinois.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so it's based on Cairo, Illinois, and so Crystal she just really wanted to show Cairo and the small town and how special it is, and so it's the saving of Cairo.
Right.
And but I'm not gonna tell you anymore. You gotta watch it.
Can't wait. So it's coming out January, first part of January.
Yes.
Very nice.
Yes.
And we'll have to.
I mean, you could definitely check my my
Instagram, Facebook.
which
Go
is
ahead, give that out
Truyen.
right now so that everybody has
Truyen,
it.
Trueyen, and Facebook is Jennifer Barons Mendoza, and I am married to Mauricio Mendoza, who's my producing partner as well. Giving him a shout out. Hi,
Yeah.
babe. And we have a film company called True Form Films.
Nice.
And so we also have been producing independent films
For some time.
for about 8 years.
Yeah.
And
Well,
and
then
again,
obviously you're
it's-
successful because business usually falls apart in a couple of years. You got to do something else. So you've been doing it for 8 years. So congratulations.
Thank you. It's been a lot of fun.
Right.
This Friday we're gonna drop a music video. That
Wait
we
a
just
second. What's this about now? Man, I told you this young lady's
Just a
all
little
over
bit
the
of everything
place.
Where, like,
God.
you got to keep it going. You got to keep busy.
Is this a music video featuring Latinos or is it a rap video? What is it?
It's a music video featuring a young artist. Her name is Chantal, and we're introducing her to the world.
Nice.
And she's a beautiful Latina girl.
Right.
And this is her first single.
Well, congratulations to her.
Yes,
Yeah.
definitely. And it's directed by, I'm sure you know him, Michael DeLorenzo.
Yes.
And so we're just really, really
How'd you get him to do it?
Well, he and my husband played brothers
There we go.
in a series a few years back called Resurrection, and we're just really good friends. We're family.
Yeah, it's a really it used to be a business of nepotism. When my grandfather was hired by Jack Warner in 1938,
Oh wow,
and he did 51 years on the Warner Brothers lot.
nice.
That was the old system.
the old system.
And my father did over 30 years for 20th Century Fox,
Wow.
touching film and anything and everything to do when there was such a thing called film. Right. Occasionally,
the studio system.
occasionally they still do films, actually 70 millimeter films and stuff, IMAX and stuff like that. They do them, but
Right.
for most
So
productions,
expensive, so expensive.
yeah, you're into digital now for most stuff, and
Which is so amazing for us as independent.
I was going to say
artists,
it really makes
because
it
it's feasible.
yeah.
Look, we
Yeah.
get to do this.
Look, we're
Right?
full TV production on cameras the size of Hot Wheels.
I know.
I mean,
so exciting.
and they're just as clear and sharp and just terrific in that respect. But over the years, though, the business has changed. And the thing is, it used to be about nepotism. It was a family member of a family member of a family member. Now it isn't so much that, of course, that is ever
Still
present.
prevalent. Mhm.
Yes, but because of Miramax and that crazy, disgusting SOB Weinstein, who started Miramax and his brother, but they were the ones that cracked the independent filmmaker. They were the ones that were able. That was the first
Right.
company that was able to make profits and lots of movies
Right.
as independent.
Exactly.
Okay, so
Yes.
we have to give where due is done, and
I
we have
agree.
to slap where he needs to be slapped. Okay,
Absolutely.
but because of that, now it's not so much the nepotism; it's who you have worked with in the past, and more importantly, it's who will remember you when they need somebody like you.
Right. Right.
That's the key.
Yes. And I think that, well, in my experience, actors become each other's agents per se.
Today, especially more so than ever.
I mean,
Yes.
it is.
Yes.
It's all about how well you work with people and how they remember you. So
and how well you do what it is that you do, because everybody gets typecast into something that they are, which is an extension of themselves. And not until later in their career do they get to do crazy things that are so, Moliere-esque or Shakespearean that are completely different than you as a person.
Right.
But in the beginning,
yes,
you're
get
you.
typecast, and it's okay.
Yeah.
I mean, that's just the way it is, because things are so fast.
Yeah.
They need to cast you as close as possible to the character, because because of the independent world, there isn't a lot of money, there isn't a lot of budget, so we don't have a lot of time for rehearsing and to create. Like,
what, you don't take 73 takes? Take 73.
Right. Yeah. Lucky if you get 2.
Yeah, that's right. You'd be lucky.
Yeah. So it's exciting. It's an exciting time because of that, because it's all feasible now with the digital age. You can create your own content. There's so many avenues out there to showcase your work while you're still after the big break and the big
obviously everybody wants
films and the big studio
the $200 million budget film. Everybody wants to be on that,
of course. And hey, I'm still going for that.
Hire this woman now.
I'm still waiting for my series.
That's right. Why not? A series runs for 7 years. You're in reruns, and you got it made.
That's it.
And if it's a popular series, maybe like Big Bang Theory,
I know,
you can make $1 million plus an episode.
I know. Or Grey's Anatomy, 15 years.
I know. Come on.
Like, wow. I'm like, okay.
It's like a soap opera.
It's
like a daytime soap opera running at night. 15 years.
15 years, yeah. And the nicest people you can work with. Like, really, it was so wonderful. And also to see the power of so many women working together.
Well, that's the thing right now.
And right now it's very it's inspiring to see, because that people say, oh, women can't work together. And that's not true. We've at least gotten better at it.
Women can work together.
Yes.
And men can work together. It's just men and women have a hell of a hard time working together. Except when there's 2 midgets. Yes, I said it. 2 midgets can always work together. No matter what.
No matter what.
Midgets have got it. That's right. Midgets and Shaquille O'Neal. What a comedy scene that would be. I just pissed off all the little people in the world.
My goodness gracious.
That's okay. I can do that because I'm Jesse T. And I love you. Right. Okay. See, I get to say all the crazy, absurd things.
I'm like, oh my goodness.
Yes. She is a good girl. That's right. Yes. So now you're married. And that has been an asset, because being married, believe it or not, ladies and gentlemen, being married relieves a lot of stress.
It really it's a different kind of stress.
It relieves stress.
A lot of stress.
Yes.
No, it's been for
but
me
it does,
so amazing.
It does, because you don't have to worry about having a relationship. You don't have to worry about having,
go out there and find love and find the right one.
Love in all the wrong places, giving out love, right? You don't have to worry about dating and going out and having something to eat and movies and driving in an Uber.
Is he the one?
Oh, is he the one?
Guys are going to call.
Is she going to call?
Should I give it up?
Should I give it up? Is he going to call me? Is she going to call me the next day? I'm going to make her wait 90 days. Oh, yes. That's right. Stephen Harvey. That's right. And he's a guy that gets divorced 3 times and just has nothing but trouble. But he's my marriage counselor. God bless him.
Oh, my goodness.
Wait a minute. I think we were doing an acting scene there. That was an improv scene. That was pretty darn good, wasn't it? Yes.
Oh, my God. The dating hell of LA is insane. How my husband and I found each other was really sweet.
Right.
We got cast in a movie together opposite each other, and it was shot in Ensenada, Mexico.
Oh, cool place. Well, that's a romantic place.
It was. It was a lot of fun.
Yes.
And
Good for you. That's
Yeah,
nice.
and here we are. We have a little girl.
I was going to say, you got any little ones?
Yes, she's
We won't
6.
talk too much about little ones because we don't want all those weirdos to know about them. But you do have little ones.
Yes, I have a 6-year-old. She's
Yes.
beautiful,
Right.
and I have a incredible 17-year-old boy
Wow,
from my first marriage.
man.
Yes.
Well, they say the first marriage in America, American first marriages have a tendency to fall apart in 2 years if there's no kids. They tend to fall apart in 5 to 7 years if there's kids.
Oh, wow.
And then after that, then the remarriage happens, and that one sticks in there for 15 plus 20 years.
Oh,
That
okay.
one's the one that sticks.
Exactly, because
Yeah.
I think you just grow up and you learn from the
Yes.
first one, and
Yes.
and it's true what they say. Every partner is your teacher, and you are their teacher.
Right.
It's like you just learn from one another,
Mhm.
and they get you ready for the next person if they end up not being the one.
Right,
Does that make
exactly.
sense?
Yeah, it does.
Yeah. So,
Yes, it really does.
Yeah. So
make
don't
sense.
give up on love. Just keep trying. Keep trying, and just show up. Show
I
up.
kind of like the old Montgomery Ward's catalog idea and the Sears catalog idea of 1893, where I could like buy a wife out of the catalog and buy a house too, and they would deliver it all in one fair
Oh my
package.
gosh, right there.
Yes.
That's great. And then you get a free gift, right? Like a puppy or a,
Yes.
or a parakeet
Or
or
some
something.
hay to feed my horse in 1893.
Anything goes.
That's right. Well, when you're like me, Mama T, I got to say, has been around me for 43 years. And since I was 15. And I've been trying to get rid of her since day one. I've tried everything. It doesn't work. I am trying so hard after 43 years.
So you've been married for 43 years?
I've been married for 29, but
30?
it doesn't work. I've known the girl since I was 15.
Oh my God, that's so mean.
And I've been trying not to know her. I even moved.
I don't believe that.
I even went to 43 countries to get away from her, and I had to always come home.
So what's the secret? Tell me what's your
I
secret?
don't know what the secret is. You tell me how I can get out of this thing. I've tried
Do you
everything.
believe him? Do you? 43 years.
Lee, I've been trying for 43 years to get out of this thing.
What thing?
With Mama T. Is
My name is Bennett. I'm not in it.
Good answer.
See, I get no love. Actually, so yeah, I am one of those old school. We are one of those old school,
High
back
school
in
sweethearts?
back in when the world was flat.
Aw.
That's how we kind of think.
I love that. Congratulations.
Yeah,
That's really awesome.
yeah.
Yeah.
It works out.
See, my sister's
See,
been with her high school sweetheart, and they're going on 14 years.
Ah.
And she's younger than me, so it's possible.
She's a baby.
She is. She
Yeah,
is. So
I've
she's
been
my
there,
baby
done that.
sister.
Been there, done that. Times 3. My daughter's 28. My son is 23.
Wow.
They're both professional athletes. One's a double major, speaks 4 languages, and she played this last season in the Chicago Red Stars for the NWSL as a goalkeeper.
That's amazing.
She's one of the best in the world in the top league that every girl wants to get to and
Wow.
dreams and fantasizes about. And my son is a professional athlete. He's a professional mountain runner, obstacle course runner, and he's also now moving into that He-Man world where there are women too, and that is the CrossFit world.
The CrossFit world. I tried
Oh
that.
my
CrossFit.
God. 165 pounds.
That's
He's
amazing.
165 pounds. That boy's deadlifting almost 500.
That's insane.
Drug
Good for
free.
you. God bless you. Yeah. Well, right now we're in the thick of college applications with my son.
Yeah. How fun is
And
that?
now, having a blast.
Yes. I've been there. My son is still in college. He's in his last year, and then he's got to go to grad school. But I've been there.
Yeah.
I know it. Know
It
it well.
is daunting, but exciting at the same time. So I'm
Yes.
focusing on the excitement
Right.
and the prospect of like, what's it going to be? Which place is it going to be? Because we've done a lot of college tours, and
Oh, isn't that
they've
fun?
all been so
That's
amazing.
kind of fun.
Oh, it's a
College
lot of
tours
fun.
are fun.
That's the fun part.
Yes.
That's the exciting part. And
Yeah.
then when they're like, oh, but and then you have to fill all of this out, and
Yeah,
you need to give
right.
us your whole history of everything. You're like,
Yes.
oh yeah,
Yeah.
yay, all the filing and you know,
Yes. That's kind of a drag.
but that's okay.
But the
It's all
tour
worth
is
it.
fun.
The tours are exciting. They're fun. Each place, it's its own world.
Yeah.
Do
you remember when you went into college?
Wherever he
go
ends
ahead.
up, he's going to be fine.
He'll be just fine. Right.
It's going to be great because every single school is incredible.
Right.
So, yeah.
Well, is it different than when you went to school?
Well, I
did you go to college?
To go to a full-on university.
But you went to a theatrical school, I'm sure.
I went to a theatrical school.
Right.
I didn't get to live there. I did live there. I went to North Carolina School of the Arts for a summer.
Right.
And that was an exciting time. That was a 6-week course program and living on campus in North Carolina, coming from Miami.
My daughter went to North Carolina.
Amazing.
She played in North Carolina, Wyoming, then North Carolina.
Yeah, so it was exciting, and I definitely want him to experience it.
You have never seen people eat, for my friends in North Carolina, until you move to North Carolina, anywhere in North Carolina. Then you get a really good chance of seeing big Americans eat big, tasty portions of food that you never knew ever existed or could be cooked. My God, they can eat in North Carolina. Tell me I'm wrong.
No, it's right.
That's right.
It's right. Yeah.
And it's also good.
Yeah, all of it. Yeah.
That's the thing.
Southern cooking. Mm-hmm.
Ain't nothing better than a Southern French fry.
Yep.
Yes.
So yummy.
How did we get on this topic?
You know, we started talking about our kids and
and
then food and school. And I mean, that's what happens when you get parents together. We just start talking about our kids.
It's a terrible thing. All those young single people out there going, I don't want to talk about that.
I know, right? Oh, yeah, I'm an actress.
That's right.
I'm a producer. Let me tell you about Mi Amor.
Tell me about my love.
Debut, which is a short film.
Is it a short film only for short people?
Stop.
It's a little film for little, so they give you in little theaters, right? Yes, I'm telling you, she's going to give me a left Monty Python jab any second.
I'm trying to keep up, guys. I'm trying to keep up.
Nice. I'll shut up.
It's called Mi Amor, and it's a short film. We co-wrote, my husband and I, and Allison Laurie Lott, a friend of ours. And it's a family affair. My son is one of the leads.
Oh, how nice!
One of my best friend's daughter is also is opposite my son, and then my husband and I also play roles in the short. And we got other actors to play us when we were younger,
right?
And they're fantastic.
Is it about your love story between you and your husband?
Mario Garcia. It's about
a love story,
young love.
Right.
Lost love and forever love. So what do you think forever love is? Do you have a guess? Someone out there? What's forever love?
43 years and he can't do anything anymore. That's forever. I think I'm in serious trouble when I go home tonight.
You took the words right out of my mouth. I'm like, ooh, he's in trouble tonight.
I'm living with Jacob the dog tonight. Forever love is love forever that lasts forever. I guess. I don't know. Tell me.
It's that love of your children.
That's a nice twist because that's so true. If you come from a healthy, good family, your children will love you forever.
Yeah, and vice versa. So we just won 2 festivals.
Wow.
We won audience award for 2 festivals, the Highland Park Film Festival and the Panamanian Film Festival. This was just in October.
Did you do the Panafest?
Yes.
Yes, I called it the
Carlos Carrasco.
Yeah, Carlos Carrasco. He was in here. We talked to him.
Oh, you did?
I love Carlos.
Carlos, yes.
Isn't he great?
He's fantastic.
Yes, I call it. It's Carlos Carrasco, and I called him Carlos. What's the city in Venezuela? Caracas. And he said, I don't mind being a Caracas.
There you go. That's where I was born.
I've been a Carrasco, so I'll be a Caracas. And I said, yes, I'm changing your name. That's right.
Yes. So his.
I also slipped up and called it the Panty Fest. So yes, when I was out there on the carpet, I just actually.
So you were there?
I was there.
We missed each other.
We did because you didn't know that I was there. Well, how could you not know that Jesse T wasn't on the red carpet? My God.
Oh, wow. You were on the red carpet.
I was on the red carpet.
I was in and out. It was quick on Saturday.
It was pretty busy. I didn't go Sunday because we had another engagement.
I couldn't go on Sunday because I had to work. I was also on set of a big studio film.
I like that.
that I can't talk about.
I know. You can never talk about those things. Isn't
so
it terrible?
Frustrating.
Yeah.
All these NDAs that they make you sign.
Yeah.
But then you see like the leads, right?
Yeah.
And they're all over the place talking about it.
Oh, they can do whatever they want. That's right.
What are we going to do about it? We need to change that.
We need to change. We need to picket the leads.
You got to let the little people tell the
That's
world what
right.
they're doing too.
We have to be able to talk.
Right?
That's right. I agree.
They make us.
I am a soldier in arms. I want you to know. Yes. So, I was talking with Harley Whalen, another great director, and he has a film called Bennett's Song. And it started off as a short film and eventually became a full theatrical film. And it is just a beautiful family film, just terrific. Bennett's Song. And, it just bolsters what we talked about earlier, where people are really looking for heartfelt, good story, good writing, something that has a happy ending. It's not explosions and fast car chases. There's room for that kind of crazy stuff. There's room for Samuel L. Jackson saying, "Motherfucker," right? Sorry.
Right. Well, it's such
right.
guy flicks, right?
Yeah, there's room for that. But then there's also, I think, Americans and the American public and the world, but especially in our country today, we need to have films like Mi Amor.
It's about family. It's about love. It's about reconciling with your past.
Yes.
And forgiveness.
Right.
Because at the end of the day, we're all human beings. We make mistakes, and we need to forgive others. And it's not really so much for them, but it's for you, for your heart, your soul, your peace. So I invite you to look in if you're feeling angry.
Yes.
Watch haven't you forgiven?
Yes, you've been forgiven, brothers and sisters.
But you know what? I think I can share a little bit because it's already like out in the public. It's if you go to my
don't
IMDb,
get yourself in trouble.
No.
But if you go to the IMDb, I just happen to be looking at the IMDb. I'm looking at the IMDb, and I'm looking at the IMDb this way, boy, you've got a beautiful IMDb. Boy Erased IMDb. Torrents. Oh, you got lots of things going on here.
Wait. See, it's that. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Wait a minute. What is that? I was looking in your IMDb. I was looking in the IMDb here, and I came across this Boy Erased, now playing in select theaters.
Yeah, no, but that's not it. It's right here. It's up there.
Oh, wait.
That's
wait.
In production.
Oh, wait a minute. Oh, it's that. It's a drama. Torrents.
Yes.
Wow, Torrents.
It's already on IMDb, so I think I could share. I just can't.
Well, the public can go to IMDb,
right?
And if it's out here, and we found it just randomly.
I know.
So you can talk about it.
I can,
You
right?
can.
I can share.
You send the producers my way when they want to deal with this. Okay.
And I want to share. You know why?
Tell me about Torrents.
Not only because it's exciting, but it's also.
But don't get yourself in trouble.
I'm not.
Okay.
No.
Okay.
I think it just goes back to creating the life that you want. I believe in manifestation and creating your world with your words.
Right.
Do you know what a vision board is?
Yes.
Okay. So I created a vision board about 3 years ago.
And you put pictures and things on the board that you wanted.
I wanted. Yeah,
right.
And my vision board, I think I can show you here. I don't know if you can see it. It's all about, my career and family and health and all of that. And one actor that I found that I've always wanted to work with, and I think he's fantastic. He was on my vision board.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah. And
wow.
Then I booked this. I got this audition.
Right.
And this actor is the lead in the film. And I remembered my vision board, and I really felt this is the opportunity to make this
come
true, become a reality. And I did my thing, and it did. It became a reality, and I got to work with this person on my vision board. and I'm looking for it right
Well,
now.
they say that those things work
Here it is.
because you see it every day.
Look at it right there.
There's the actor.
You see that?
Yeah.
Isn't that trippy? And that was in 2015. We
Oh,
had
look
a
at this,
vision board
guys.
party. We did a vision board party for New Year's.
That's her vision board from a few years ago, and she's worked with so many of these people and done so many of these things. And this wasn't accomplished then. This was just things that Jennifer was looking to do.
And that was
Is that cool or what?
2015. So 2018, 3 years later, I got cast in Torrance.
Wait a minute. I even see Jesse T right there.
There's a T in there.
There's
Yes.
Jesse T show. Yeah. Yeah. Wow.
So to me, it's like create your vision board, really believe it.
The only vision.
Look, there you go.
No, the only vision board I'm on is the FBI Most Wanted.
No. Oh my God, is that true?
Yes, that is. They may raid this shop any place now. You don't know.
Right.
That's okay. You didn't do it.
Okay.
It was Lee's fault.
Okay, Jasmine, Camille, come pick me
They've
up.
elevated me.
Yeah, you're now on the 10 most unwanted.
I believe that one too. You know how many places that I've been unwanted at, that I've been escorted out? Thank you, Jesse T.
Listen, as long
Yes.
as you want yourself, that's the most
Lady,
important
I've been
thing.
wanting myself since I found myself at 9 years old. Thank you. Dun, 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 dun. Shh. The problem is nobody else wants me anymore. That's after 43 years of marriage. Or actually, it's sort of like...
Oh, you are in big trouble, mister.
I'm just trying to tie all the loose ends together. That's all I'm trying to do. You know, I do have one problem, though, with you. I want you to understand this. You and I have a little beef to talk about here. And it has to do about your vision board.
Okay, let's talk. Tell me.
You failed to put one thing on that vision board. So
I'm getting ready to do a new one. So just
you've got to do a new one. And this is the one. You cannot forget this. Okay? Two things.
yes.
Win the California lottery. That's got to be on your vision board.
California lottery.
Yeah. The
It's
big one.
interesting. You know, it's
The big
interesting
one.
to bring that up because I'm not kidding you. For the last week, I've been seeing numbers and going and driving by like 7-Elevens and seeing, the
Right.
results of what the numbers are.
Really?
And I'm like, that's my number. That is
Right.
that's the number that's my lucky number. Why am I not playing these games? Like
Right.
I literally said that to myself not even a week ago.
Right.
Driving.
Well, that
so
means-
now you're bringing it up. So
Okay. Look at. You've got to win the California lottery. Now, I don't care which one. The mega, the big
Okay.
nationwide one that always
Right.
goes up to $1 billion now,
Okay.
it seems like. Or you can win maybe one of the California lotteries that get to be 70, 80, 90 million dollars.
exactly.
But you got to win one of those big ones.
Okay.
Okay. And the second thing you
I
have to
accept
do.
that. Yes.
Do you accept that?
I
Handshake?
do,
On
handshake.
your next vision board?
All right, on my next vision board.
All right.
I
all right.
will be a
Now,
lotto
we're
winner.
making business here.
There you go.
This is business, not personal. Okay? I learned that from the black Italian sitting across from me, Lee Baby Michaels. Okay. The second thing is, remember who told you to put that on your vision board?
Oh, of course.
And who could that possibly be?
I wonder. Starts with a J.
Yeah. Jesse.
Yesy. It's Yesy D.
Yesy T.
Jesse D.
Put that on the vision board. That's
You
right.
got it.
And I will. I
And
will.
you'll be
I,
holding.
look it. I will take less
You'll
than
take-
an agent.
No. The minute I win the lottery,
Yes.
oh,
Yes. We're
you're
making
taken
business
care
here.
of. Oh, for
We're
sure.
doing business
if
here.
anybody, if you just met me today,
Yes.
but everyone out there that knows me
Yeah.
knows that I'm generous and I'm fair
Right.
because I'm a double Libra. And I am very fair and just.
I like that. I like that. And you're going to put the California Lottery. And sometime in the next 3 to 5, 7, 8 years, that vision is going to come true. And you're going to remember about Jessie T.
Yes, I am.
And you're going to send me
If you're a witness.
Right, that's right. And I promise.
Actually, I'm going to deliver one of those big checks.
Oh, the big ones.
The big ones. We got to make it a big thing.
I like it a big thing.
We're declaring it right now.
And I'm going to declare this.
It right now.
In the name of Jesus.
In the name of the Lord.
In the Lord and Almighty God.
I'm being serious, and look at him.
We gonna claim this for the Church of Lee Michaels.
En nombre de Dios. En nombre del Padre, del Hijo, del Espíritu Santo. Amén.
That's right.
Lo decreto, me voy a ganar la lotería.
I like that. I tell you, when things are said in Spanish, they're so sexy.
¿Sí?
Oh, yeah.
Amén. Que Dios te bendiga.
I agree. I knew what that said. Yes. Okay. You're so fun.
Thank you. You too. It's been great.
Well, you have so many good things happening. You've got your company happening. You've got the short film that's winning at festivals.
Yes.
You've got the new thing that you can't talk about, but IMDb sure is. That was right IMDb talking.
All IMDb. It's on there. You can check IMDb, and then we're developing other features.
And you got the TV show you just did,
did Grey's Anatomy,
and that's going to lead to other.
Amen. Amen. I'm ready for my series regular.
I want you to become a series regular.
For years and years and years.
I want that to happen.
Yes, thank you. Me too. I'm ready for it.
And I'm
so ready for it.
I want you then to look up Jesse Mr. Sold Torrero, because I've been a broker for 40 years. You see, I'm shameless, man. I sell cherries on the side of the freeway. I sell oranges at the 605. Okay, I'm shameless.
You got to hustle, right? We're in our hustle. We got to do what we got to do.
I've been asking for $25 from people for 3 years. No one's given me anything. So I figured I'd up the ante.
Yes.
No,
so I would definitely also want to do a shout out to our other producing partner.
Oh, please.
His name is Dwayne Cox. He's a dear friend of mine for over 20 years, and he's from Chicago.
Chicago.
Yeah. And we are all getting ready to to produce 2 other features coming 2019. So we're in development for that, and we're looking for investors. We're looking for money. I'm going to start playing the lottery.
Start it right now. What do you need?
We're definitely looking for people that want to join our team,
right.
And it's funding that we need. We have amazing projects lined up, and we have seed money for some and not for others, and we're looking for people that want to collaborate and that have money and they don't know what to do with it.
I like that.
We have a lot
to do.
Yeah,
that's right.
And if you want to join our team, definitely reach out.
How do they get in touch with you?
trueformfilms@gmail.com. Trueformfilms.com.
Right.
That's my website.
Right.
Trueformfilms.com, and you can email either myself, Jennifer, Mauricio, or Dwayne, and you can see all the projects we've done and the ones in development, and it's just an exciting time. And so yes, and we believe in collaboration and multiculturalism and inclusion.
Absolutely.
And it's all about that for us.
Right.
And it's really an exciting time.
And you aren't rookies, so they can look you up and see everything that you've done on the successful side.
Yes.
Right? So, IMDb, you'll see all the things that you participated
in. For a while.
And your husband, too,
yes.
the things that he's done.
We've been burning that midnight oil for over 20 years.
Right? And you supported your family, and
yes.
And so things are going well, but you always have to have investors.
Yes,
in anything that you want to take.
And they're so important because they're part of they're what make the projects happen.
Right.
And really it's it's a labor of love, and it's a team effort.
Right.
It's not just one person. We can't do this alone.
Right.
As artists, we can't do it alone.
No. No.
And so, it's the levels, right? There, the funding, and then the pre-production. There's always the development, then the pre-production, then the production, and then post-production, and it's just always a bigger team, and it's just a beautiful thing to do, to create projects that make a difference in the world and have a message.
I think that's one of the
great people.
That's one of the cool things about what you're doing. You've got projects that make a difference, and we're on the. I really have said this 3 or 4 times during the show that America is looking and searching for things that are just not so violent.
Yes. Yes.
Games for people to play when they're children that aren't so violent.
Absolutely.
People that aren't so violent.
Yep.
Film and books and TV and commercials that aren't so violent. And because we've had a lot of that, and it's created a couple of generations of violent people. Just like your vision board. When you see something every day, you don't think about it, but your brain sees it, your eyes see it.
There, you're picking it
over and over, every day, every day, every day, every day. And that's really part of what the problem has been, in one of my many opinions, for the last 50 years.
I agree.
Is that two generations of people have been
media.
Yeah, and you're only like 26, so you're part of that. My daughter's generation.
Yeah.
I mean,
so, I'm a millennial.
Yeah, so you got fed that over and over and over and over.
Yeah.
And your friends got fed it, and then you as a peer group got fed it, and then it's just a never-ending circle. And I think, America is looking for things like that. And that's why films like Kevin was doing, and Bennett's Song, and your Mi Amor, and the faith-based film that you were in recently. I mean, this is why these are important things.
Absolutely.
Because people want that. And is that where you see your company going?
Oh, yes.
Or are you guys are you into the...
We love inspirational films and films that have a social conscience.
Right.
And that's our motto is making a difference one film at a time, True Form Films. And I created that name from a spiritual book that I meditated to years and years and years. And when I decided to create a corporation, I just asked my higher self and God and the universe and whatever it is you believe in. I'm just using my words.
I think it's really important.
My spiritual tools. And I opened this spiritual book, and it was in one of the prayers. So your true form will always take you to where you need to be as your authentic self. And I mean, it was just like...
It hit you.
And I'm like, True Form Films.
You had an epiphany.
That's it.
Man.
Go within. You have all your answers there.
Always. Always. We can get into the spiritual side of things, absolutely. But we're running out of time. So how do folks get in touch with you?
So Instagram,
give me all the good stuff.
Instagram is Trueyen, Trueyen, trueformfilms.com. That's our website. And Jennifer Behrens on Facebook. And then I have a fan page, and then I also have a regular page. It's Jennifer Behrens Mendoza.
Sounds great. And you've got so many great projects. You're looking for people to invest in what you're doing.
Yes.
You're going to be casting people and looking for people to do some work.
Absolutely. Send me a messenger.
Yeah.
That's the fastest way to get in touch with me.
Is it really?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. I like to answer messenger.
The pigeons I sent you earlier in the year didn't land it? They didn't.
I moved.
Oh, my stupid pigeons.
They didn't get the change of address?
Oh.
Come on, Jesse. Get with it.
Well, look I had some modern communications. I had the teepee and the indigenous people doing the teepee. Yeah.
He's so bad. It's so much
bad. I'm so bad. I'm so bad.
Qué malo.
Ay, yikes.
Eres un malo.
Oh, sí. Sí. Yes. Mama T, when she gets mad at me, she yells at me in Spanish.
Yeah.
And it's Spanish. It's Spanish from Chile, so I don't have the friggin' clue what she's saying.
You know, we say when you're getting in hot water, prepárate.
Hi!
Prepárate.
I've heard that before.
Okay.
The Jessie T. Man, she's not stopping.
Búscame que me vas a encontrar.
Thank you.
You know what that means? Look
Yes,
for
I
me
do.
because you're gonna find me.
I know.
Oh.
In the clouds, man. In the shadows, in the dark. The Jessie T Show right here every Wednesday at 4 o'clock. Jennifer Behrens.
Thank you.
You've been wonderful. Thank you, my dear.
Thank you.
Best of luck. We're going to do a lot of stuff together.
Yes.
Yeah.
Lottery,
Yes.
yes.
Lottery. Are they here? Well, give me the intro. Oh, yeah, that's right. Oh, that. Hi. Yes, Jennifer's still here. I almost poked her in the nose. That's right. Because is our next guest here? Oh, he's here. Okay, wait. We're taking pictures together here.
We're gonna take a picture before
yes.
they kick me out of here.
Yes. Hi.
Hi.
We won the California lottery. Oh! Guys, we're taking pictures now, okay?
Okay. Silly goose.
Yes.
Thank you, guys.
Thank
Have
you.
fun. So much fun. Great to meet you.
We got the next guy coming in. You are the best. Drive safely.
I will.
And we'll talk some more.
Okay.
It's loaded up. It's ready to go. You can watch the whole thing. Now get out of here because I got this young, handsome man coming in here.
I'm out.
Come on.
Go play the lottery now.
Yeah, win, baby. Win. Wait a minute. You guys know each other. Wait a second. That's not fair at all. You guys know each other. Come here. Sit down.
All right.
All right, we are here with the man. Boy, you like that transition? That was
a great transition.
That was like a rocky road transition. That was like a Jeep going over desert granite rocks.
I love it.
I
That's
do.
exactly what it was. That was a very specific description of a transition and actually an awesome one.
Wow,
Yeah.
man. This man's already winning brownie points.
I am. That's how I do it. I just throw them out.
Well, you are good. Lord help me. Lord help me. Buy a Mercedes-Benz. Thank you very, very, very much. The Jessie T Show. We're back on with you on Facebook.com/Jesse Torrero. Also, Instagram Live. We haven't left. I got to reboot it up because Instagram will only let me go on an hour. But this is your number one camera right there. I just want you to know, my friend. And I'm gonna totally say your name perfectly.
Okay, let's do it.
Now I know this has got a little bit of. Why are you laughing? Why are you laughing? Lee Baby Michaels is laughing at me already.
Yeah.
Probably because my hair's coming down. That's right. I got to get my hair cut, man. I look like you know what? I look like Dumbo on
I'm
Speed.
taking bets that he's going to blow the name.
Okay.
You're taking bets?
Yeah, I'm taking bets.
Okay.
Okay.
What kind of odds
Let's
we
see.
talking about here?
Before you actually say it, I just want to say
Yes?
that usually kids get it right on the first try.
Oh.
From between the ages of 3 and 6.
Oh, Dad.
they
No.
So,
Oh man! Oh man! Oh, Lord, he's
That's
putting
pressure.
it out now, isn't he?
I have to.
Okay, so I'm gonna get it right. I know if
I have
this-
faith in you.
You do?
I believe you.
You do, huh? Come on, would you work for me? I'll get that working in a second. Okay. Sevier Crespo.
Perfect. Look at you.
Yes!
Absolutely. Nailed it.
Yes! Hey, come on.
Hey.
Come
Oh.
on. That's right. Hey.
Get out of here.
Get out of here. What's wrong with you, huh? Forget about it.
Forget about it.
That's right.
Got the name right, see?
Wait, you sounded Edward G. Robinson. Yeah. Say, yeah. You sound like Edward. I'll sound like Robert Crawford. 10-4, 10-4. That's right, 10-4.
Yeah, I like what you're saying there.
Yeah, that's right. It's California Highway Patrol. That's right. We're here for you. 10-4. Call us anytime. Yeah. Okay, so much for that.
Yeah.
We're impressionistics. We are not.
I love it.
Yes, okay. I got that running almost. Look at that. So let's go backwards. I'm playing with the technology here, guys, right now because I'm trying to bring up our Instagram people, but it seems like it just wants to be a black screen. Uh-oh, I just got myself in trouble. A black screen. Oh, no. I just got myself in trouble, but that's okay. I do all the time. Hey, my friend, how are you?
I'm doing great. How are you doing?
Real good. Was it hard getting down here? Because usually this 5 to 6 hour is difficult.
Right. Not really. You know, because I'm coming down, everybody's going up.
Yeah.
So it was perfect. Yeah.
You know that
me going up is
now. Are you coming from south or north?
North.
Oh, okay.
From Studio City area.
Well, then you made great time because, sometimes I get stuck in that traffic and I'm have to backstreet action. I'm
Really?
like the GPS in the brain going up the alleyways.
Yeah. I've done that. I'm a Waze person. Waze is
You like Waze?
I do like Waze because Waze will take you through places where you're like, you're going to get me lost, aren't you? And next thing you know, it saves you like 20 minutes.
Yeah, Waze is a little more detailed.
Yeah.
I think than the others.
It pays attention to more detail, like it's specific,
Yeah.
like it cares for you.
You know something? That's what I said the other day because I've lived in Los Angeles for 56 of my 58 years, and I was driving, when there was such things as hieroglyphics on granite rocks, and so I've kind of figured out every way to someplace anywhere in LA County over the years, and. When I was jumping through Jose Gonzalez's backyard the other day, I waved at him and I said, "Hey, man, what's happening?" Right?
I'm not your neighbor, but I could look like him.
Ain't that the truth, man? The traffic here in LA, unlike for all the folks listening across the nation, you have no concept of the reality of the traffic.
Yeah,
here.
it's pretty intense, and actually, especially now, because of the fires. It's people have nowhere to go except the 405 and the 101.
Right.
It's heavy. Get a good podcast going because you're going to be sitting there for a while.
Yeah, you are, and the fires are crazy. Let's talk about that in a second here.
Yeah.
But Lee, is there any way I didn't forewarn you? Of course you did. He doesn't understand that when he hired me here several years ago that he was going to be in my life forever.
That's
I'm going to be in his
works.
life forever.
There you go.
I've already hired 6 lawyers to get this going.
Out! There's a terrific trailer called Deceived, and I'd like to play it. It's on YouTube. You can pick it up on YouTube, and I suppose, Sevier, you tell me, if I just put Deceived trailer, Deceived?
Yeah.
It'll pop up on YouTube?
Yeah, it should pop up on YouTube.
Because he's got to download it and load it up while we're talking.
Yeah, Deceived trailer, Deceived movie, the trailer.
Okay.
Should pop up. I have to say, I don't think I've actually ever looked at it on YouTube.
Hey, man, this is going to be a first.
I am guilty.
Don't tell me you're one of those actors and producers, writers, directors, guys that when it debuts, it premieres in the theater, you're over on the side waiting,
Actually,
like going back and forth, biting your nails. You're one of those guys?
100%. My very first movie, I didn't even go into the theater. Perfect. That's it. Look at that. I didn't even go into the theater, and I paced back and forth outside the theater for an hour and a half. My friends were texting me inside, like, where in the world are you? And I'm like, I'm outside. I can't see it.
Freaking out, man.
I know. Yeah.
Yeah, man. Yeah. You're one of them, huh?
I'm one of those people.
Whenever you drive down the street, folks, and it's a theater, right? And you see some cat or girl or lady pacing back and forth, you know a premiere is going on, and you know that's a director, writer, producer, or lead actor, because they're just like, I'm not watching this. I'm not watching it. I don't know if they're going to like it. I'm not watching it. Right?
That's exactly it.
Yeah.
Oh, God, you actually nailed it. No one's ever even pinpointed that about that scenario, because it's true.
It is.
I've only watched one of them because I was forced to sit in the theater in New York and watch it because it was a film festival.
Yeah.
yeah.
They had the Goombas coming.
Yeah,
Tony and Ricky
sit
came
in the
in.
seat.
Yeah, you go sit down right here, all right? You ain't moving, all right? Because we don't like the movie. We're going to move you somewhere else.
Exactly.
So, the first movie to what you're doing now, do you see a difference in your evolvement as an artisan?
100%. You know,
is it hard for you to look back at the earlier stuff that you've done? And it was probably really good, but is it hard from the point where you're at now in your artistry?
Yeah, you know, it's not hard because I don't judge it, or like I don't really judge art or people's creativity or even other films, because I'm always like, okay, I know what it takes to do it. So I look at it from how do I feel about it?
Right.
Do you know what I mean? So there's maybe moments of it, maybe moments where I'm like, oh God. And even now though, sometimes I'm like, I think I nailed it, and it's like, I was not close.
Right.
Yeah. So yeah, you know, it's like all a work in progress because it's art. So what's in your mind and what's in the team's mind can kind of hit or miss in reality. Yeah. Sometimes.
Right.
You know.
Right. But you can only be comfortable and responsible and accountable for what's happening in you at that moment.
Right.
Whether they being the director, the cinematographer, the other actors, whether or not they desire or like it or not, it's really irrelevant because it's got to be natural and new and personable and to you.
Right. And also to add to that, you know, it's like as a producer, you're the head of the head of the horse. Right. So it's your responsibility that everybody's on the same page, and you know, if someone's falling below you, then you're the one who has to eat it at the end of the day. But so it can be a little tough. You know, sometimes it can be, you know, it's the reason why they say you know, producers get Best Picture.
Yeah, that's right.
You know,
what do you like? What role in that process do you like being the guy that holds you know, the keys in the hand, the producer, or do you like being the director or the writer or the actor, or do you like what if you had the druthers to do anything all the time, what would that be? Would it be producing?
It would be. You know, I love acting. You know, it's a different beast in the creating of the character within the world and the collaboration with the other actors and things. But there's something about producing because, you know, you read a script. Yeah. And someone wrote that script from their mind and they put it on paper and they gave it to you. And then now you got to go get the money and get it crewed up and you got to do it in reality and, you know, what's on paper. And then it ends up in a screen. And so there's something really crazy about that.
So you're like you're like the Donald Trump building the 80-story building and completing the whole thing and standing there going, "Wow, now I got to lease it."
Right.
Now I got to get it distributed. Right. Same thing. Right.
Yeah. Yes.
So to speak.
Sort of speaking. That's correct.
Right.
That's correct. It's yeah. That's it, you know, because now it's there, and it's like you got to get people to watch it or buy it, or so there's something about that I like because you never know if it's going to turn out, which I don't think it's a very sane way of looking at it or playing that game, but I love it because it's just that. It's I don't know. Here we go, guys. Let's do this.
Yeah, absolutely. you know, he reminds me of. You remind me of Entourage and Arnie the agent.
Arnie.
Yeah, a young version of him.
Yeah.
You know, you have that same pacing.
Ari.
And I interviewed him at the comedy club, and he's just like that in person.
Yeah, you know, I could see that. I have a lot of energy.
Yeah.
And also being Puerto Rican, I think it's just natural, like high energy, going, passion, you know. Yeah. So I can see that.
Yeah,
I'll take it. I like it.
Yeah, man.
Ari was the man.
Hey, buddy, that series ran for what, 10 years, 9 years?
Something like that, yeah. I mean, and extremely successful.
Oh,
I mean,
they made a film.
That was awesome. They did.
And you know, the critics came out and said that film wasn't so. I enjoyed the heck out of that film, actually, because it was just an extension of the cable show, really.
It's fun. You know what I mean? It wasn't the English Patient. You know, you should know what you're getting into when you go see it.
Yeah, it's the truth, man. Do you find it harder to do comedic films in terms of producing, or heavy dramas, or is there a formula for something that is easier to produce than something that is hard to produce?
The only difference, honestly, is the amount of money you have to play with.
That's really the key then.
That's the only key, because if
money solves everything.
You know what? I've been on projects where it's like, literally, it's like, guys, we're throwing money at the problem.
Yeah.
And there's other projects where I've had to like count to the dollar to make sure that everything is functioning.
Right.
And that's one of the things as a line producer as well.
Right.
You're in charge of the budget. You're in charge of the line item.
Yeah.
You know,
above,
the
below,
finance,
everything. Yeah.
And so that's really the difference, because if it's a comedy, you know, you want double cameras because you want to get the coverage of everything double, because single camera, you might have missed something.
Yeah.
You know, and if you don't have the budget for that, then it becomes really tricky.
Right.
And the directors or whomever always, you know, matching their creativity and what you want to do with the budget. So really, it's the budget.
Right. The budget's always the bottom line.
It really is. It really can, you know.
And yet some of the greatest movies ever made, and TV shows, pilots that were ever made, were really budgets that weren't astronomical. Isn't that the irony of it all?
You know, I found that aspect to be true in the sense when you communicate everything up front, and everybody's on the same page and know what you're getting into, and also you give everybody the creativity to come up with solutions. You know, I've had PAs brand new on set, never before been on a set, come up with some of the raddest solutions to things where everybody's like, how are we going to solve that?
Right.
Hey, what'd you think about this? It's like, that's genius. You know, so I think when you actually allow that to happen, you're able to maximize the dollar.
And these, you know, guys, I'll tell you, when you're producing and you're burning dollars, because the minute the days start, you are burning dollars all day long until you turn it off and go home, and you're still burning dollars because everybody else is working afterwards when a whole lot of people are going home, but a whole lot of people are still working. So, but one of the things that is fascinating about this is when you're burning dollars and you have that responsibility, it's where do you say no? Where do you stop it? Because these problems, they don't happen and manifest 2 or 3 or 4 days down the road. They happen right now.
Yeah.
Right now.
Yes.
Right now. Something happened and you have to, and you're burning dollars and you only have so many dollars to burn that day. So what do?
I'm going to tell you my little secret to that. So I used to be a lifeguard in the public pool in Texas, in Dallas.
Yeah.
And also worked at a preschool when I
we
first
got to
moved
talk about the public pool lifeguard stuff.
Los Angeles, right? Working with kids will keep you so much on your toes, and it will create an ability internally to perceive what's going to happen, because those suckers, they're tricky and they're slippery. And so I've learned to be able to perceive, who am I working with, what's their personality, what's their attitude, what am I going to get into with this person, and weigh the pros and cons to limit those kind of things that could, you know, what's going to happen 2 weeks from now or a week from now, or day 3, hour 17.
Right.
You know, so that can curve it a little bit. But on top of that, I'm always very open with everybody, with the crew. So it's like, look, guys, this is the scenario. Scenario A, scenario B, scenario C, pick. You know, there was one incident that happened on the film where I felt the director and the DP were kind of taking a little bit too long on certain elements that I didn't feel, I felt they already had gotten it. And so I was starting to be very concerned for the crew and the guys that are there after we yell rap. And so what I did was I just went to the crew and I said, hey guys, so apparently they don't want to move and they think this is going to a golden shot. So I'm going to leave it up to you guys on when you guys want to go home. So I let the director, I said, guys, the team is going to determine when they actually are going to ready to wrap, and they'll just walk away. And something about that, which I don't think was going to really happen, but they move their butts really fast. So I think it's that. I think it's always communication.
Yeah, well, I mean, if there's no one to shoot, you can't shoot anything.
So I like to.
I'll tell you what, whenever that
like
happens, if that ever happens, and they actually take you up on it, and you need someone to shoot, just give me a call on the cell phone. I'll show up, and I'll show up in a crazy costume, and you guys can shoot.
We'll do it, 100%.
All right.
You know, but I honestly, look, I did that once because I felt like, you know, you have to understand and respect every team member, every crew
Right.
member, everybody on set. And when I'm feeling like one department is not doing that, or there's an invalidation of some sort from other people, I'm like, you know what? That's not cool. And instead of me being the constant bad guy, I'm gonna leave it up to them. You guys are a team, right? So I'm gonna leave it up to you guys on how you guys are gonna handle it.
Yeah.
Now, granted, I've already kind of preset the game
Figured
table,
it out,
you know.
sure.
But so what are you gonna do?
You just, it is a team of, it's like a basketball team or a football team.
100%.
Or a baseball team.
100%.
Essentially, it's almost like it's more like a baseball team when you're working on a set. And that is, baseball players are on a team. They're all spread out all over the field. They're part of a team. It's a team effort, but yet at the moment when they are in the spotlight, it is an individual effort that adds to the effort of the team. So if you screw it up, you're out there in center field by yourself, and there ain't
100%.
nobody out around. And that's sort of
100%.
what a film set is a lot about.
It's just that. It's exactly that. And growing up playing baseball and sports, that's always how I viewed it, because it's like we're a team, and if someone fails or something happens, we're only as good as our weakest link, literally. So it's always nice when you get the right group of people, and they just don't allow that, which is great.
It's real cool that a lot of younger guys, younger cats like you, are coming into the business with a whole different understanding. During my timeline, you had this transition taking place from the older system, and the guys that were still around in the directorial positions and the cinematographers and the producers, some of those cats went all the way still back to the studio system.
Yeah.
I mean, they were in their 60s and 70s when I was in my 20s, and they still kind of ran with the old mentality. So like the record company business, when Steve Jobs went to him with the little iTunes thing, right? And they all denied
the very
him.
first one.
The very first one. Everyone denied him and said, oh, that'll never work. And look what happened. He effectively put all the record companies out of business.
Yeah. Wow. And I remember that. I remember I was actually very young, but I remember when that came out and that whole process. They were like, what is this
these were
thing?
all the old cats saying, no, it's not going to work. We control the distribution. We control and he said, it's going to change. And he finally just did it himself. Yeah. And then got a library, negotiated a library from some record source, and that was it. And so that's what's happening now in the industry. The older generation is gone. They're 80, 90. I mean, I just ran into Maureen O'Brien. She is, 98 years old last night. Okay?
Oh, wow.
Margaret O'Brien. Margaret, first Child Academy Award winner. And she's been around for 85 years in the business.
That's
that
fantastic.
generation is gone. But it's you guys who are blazing the trail with the new technology, which you have a whole different a whole different understanding. Do you find yourself clashing at all with the way things were done, or are you the kind of person who likes to be blazing new trails, man?
That's funny. I think a combination. I like the blazing of the new trail because that's just what's happening. The new trail is being built and blazed upon
right now
by everybody now
as we speak.
But then also understanding and knowing the origins of everything.
Right.
To keep the integrity of it all.
Yeah.
So I like to know where where I came from and what was before me to know what the rules are moving forward and what I can break.
Right. So what brought you to Hollywood, man? I mean, what was the thing that got you here?
Man,
was there one show? Was there one thing? I mean, how did you get here?
Well, I'll tell you, how I got here was making the beginning really fast. I was in Texas, wanted to play baseball. My whole dream was to play baseball.
Right on, man.
And
second base?
Actually, it was shortstop in right field.
Okay.
So
that means you have a hell of an arm.
Yeah, I had an arm.
Right,
I had an arm.
That's the longest throw on the ball, Diamond,
that is,
man. Right field.
Right field?
Yeah, because you got to go from the right field corner to third base.
Yeah. So that's right. That's right. Didn't make the baseball team in Texas and Dallas, which I was a little bit kind of like, what? Yeah. But then I had to take a substitute class or something in the morning.
Right.
Theater, I was like, this is a piece of cake. There's nothing happening, no homework. And fell in love with it. That was 16. When I was 16, took classes, went to performing arts school for it, etc.
Wow.
A friend of mine called me and was like, hey, man, I'm moving to LA. Let me, wish you the best
Yeah,
in
goodbye.
life.
See you later. Right?
And I was like, I'm gonna hitch a ride with you. And so I just got in the car, hitched a ride with him, and here I am. And then he moved back to Dallas 3 months later.
Isn't that always the story, though?
I guess, and I was alone, for 3 months in, and I just made it work.
Yeah.
Just made it work.
Yeah. So you just knew it was the right thing to do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I loved what I did.
You took a road trip, baby.
Yeah, and the road trip out of Texas. Well, that's a long road trip.
Oh man, I look at with the groups I used to manage and the recording business and the record business. When we would land in El Paso and or in Texas and drive across to El Paso. And then drive into Mexico, and then drive back into El Paso, and then take that, all the way down to Brownsville, Texas.
Oh,
because we didn't have a plane, and we had to make it there. I was the one that was stuck driving. Texas, you think the drive in California through the California desert to Nevada or Las Vegas or Arizona, Mesquite or anywhere, or Tucson? No, man.
No.
You have no concept of driving on the roads in Texas.
North Texas.
Oh.
North Texas. North Texas can make you feel like you're possibly going insane.
Oh.
Like it almost feels like its own version of a Groundhog Day meets the Twilight Zone.
It's highway to hell. Man, it really is. It just never stops. It never stops.
It does not. But I will say, I'm a Texas boy. I grew up in Texas, from Puerto Rico, and I'm a Longhorns fan, so I love my Texas all day, every day.
I love the Texas Dallas Cowboy cheerleaders. Yeah.
Of course you would.
Yeah. Lee Michaels is over going, hamba, hamba. We talked with Cindy Villa Real, and she was a Dallas Cowboy cheerleader back in the 80s, and then she became the director of the club and the director of the several other NFL football team cheerleaders, and she has a new movie out all about the Dallas Cowboy cheerleaders.
Really?
And it's an interesting movie.
Did it just come out?
It's full theatrical release.
Oh, I'm wondering, I want to say I actually might have seen something.
Yeah, that's Cindy
something
Villarreal
about that.
and Tony Baldy.
Okay.
And it's I haven't seen it yet. I've seen trailers of it. And we talked about it and everything. And it's an interesting. It's going to be a fun, interesting movie, obviously, because it's about the Dallas Cowboy cheerleaders. But when you're looking at a script, I mean, is there always something interesting when you're reading it that jumps off the page at you as a producer? You go, yeah, that's something I got to tell that story, or is it sort of like, oh, this is okay, and yeah, I got some actors that can fit that, or does it have to be really inspirational for you?
It's interesting. At first, I was just happy to be working.
Right.
I was like, oh my God, I have a job and I'm producing and this is great.
Right.
I think now, as I'm now officially getting to pick and choose the projects that I want to work on and do.
Nice.
It's more of like, what do I want to tell? And so as I'm working with other filmmakers, I'm noticing like, okay, I'm learning what's my niche. Where do I belong? What stories do I want to tell? And so there is that thing, like, I want to tell that story, or I want to do that thing because it's going to hopefully create the effect that I'm getting from just reading it.
Right.
Yeah.
Do you like sci-fi, real life, action, drama, comedy? What is your flavor?
I'm a sucker for, I hate to say it, but I love all of it.
Yeah.
Because if I think about it, it's like I am a sucker for some action. Like, right now I'm in the middle of watching The Equalizer 2 with Denzel Washington, which is awesome.
Denzel is one of my... he is so friggin'
He's
good.
fantastic. But
I think he's the actor of this generation. I really believe that he is the actor of this. Every 10, 15 years, there's one male lead that just dominates, and I think that's the person.
I mean, look, his body of work and everything is fantastic. So I can go from that to another film, like one of my favorite films of all time is Amelie.
Oh, great! Movie.
So it's the difference, and it's just like
so different.
It depends. As long as it has a great story and the characters, and you're kind of in it, I just love it. So to answer your question, it
doesn't really matter.
No, it doesn't. Yeah, because I think, it doesn't matter. I remember watching, what was it, Avatar for the first time, and I literally left the theater thinking my brain just exploded.
Yeah, and that's crazy, man. He's like doing 3 avatars at once now.
Yeah.
I mean, is that crazy or what?
That's James Cameron.
I mean, dude, Titanic, avatars. I mean, what this guy, man, you talk about muscling up.
He's the man.
Let's talk about the Deceived trailer that we're about to see. Lee, we're going to take a look at that in a second. So tell me a little bit set this up a little bit and tell me kind of what this is about. The Deceived trailer.
Oh, the trailer?
Yeah.
Well, the trailer is, it's a quick summary of just what the actors are going through from their points of views.
Right.
The main thing, is the intertwining of characters in a short amount of time and their perceptions and the realities of their own timeline.
Now, who's in this film? Who are we going to see?
Well, we have Betsy Landine, who's from Dolphin Tales 1 and 2. She just finished doing the movie Live with Aaron Eckhart, and she's in War with Grandpa, so she's been working a lot. Also, David Palladino.
Nice.
We have Mike Falco. We have Bob Riccucci. So we have Amelia Ruppelto, who's a very big actress in Puerto Rico, and also Darlene Vasquez. So it's this cast, they're all working. They're definitely a working bunch.
Right.
Don't forget anybody else.
And tell me what the movie is about in just a little short setup. Don't give me anything big. Just tell me a little bit. Is it a love story?
I would like to say it's a psychological thriller.
Okay. Very cool. All right, so we're going to see Deceived right here on the Jesse T Show. Check it out.
Please just send me the money.
Maggie, I love you, but I can't keep doing this anymore. I might as well be killing you myself.
Andro, please.
What brings you to Puerto Rico?
Family. I'm looking for my sister.
So am I.
I don't know anything about a missing girl.
Ain't nobody seen her for like a week now.
Did you have a boyfriend?
Hi. You wanna dance?
Apparently he was some kind of dealer or something.
Stop, lass. Hook me up, man. You know a girl named Magdalena?
Honey, do you know what kind of place this is?
This is a legitimate business. We don't do anything illegal here.
You know the guy over there? He looks familiar to me.
I want this school to be a beacon that draws children to their salvation.
You're a saint.
Where is she?
She went off with that rich guy.
It's my life, not yours!
This arouses me. Does it arouse you?
He thinks he owns me.
I'm giving you money. I help you for the apartment.
You abandoned her.
I came to pick her up, to take her to rehab in the States.
I am the Lord presenting angel! I am!
How do you help someone that doesn't want to be helped?
I'm going to cleanse you.
Okay.
Very cool, man. Very cool. That is those types of films like this, Deceived, these are so popular today,
They are. It's interesting watching it. This is that moment where you ask me, how do I feel about it?
He actually wants to go outside and start pacing.
I'm just like looking at it going,
he's sweating up a storm. Hey, we need some towels in here.
I was like, didn't see that one coming, guys. I should have gotten prepped. God.
Makeup!
Wow. Well, you know what?
Oh, man.
It was a huge learning experience, and the people that I had a chance to work with, they were great.
Yeah,
great, so.
He's in here. He's going, wow. We should have left the mic open because his comments were all guttural.
That's true. I'm not gonna lie. I cringe. The only time that I can actually watch it.
That was really good.
Thank you. I think when I'm in the editing room watching the film, and that's the one area in time that I can watch it 1,000 times, and I'm totally fine with it.
Yeah.
Once we put all the credits and it's a picture lock on it.
Yes.
I actually don't watch it again.
So you never watch any of the earlier stuff that you've done? Like your earlier IMDb stuff that you have on there? You never really watch?
Not anymore.
A lot of guys are like you.
Yeah,
they don't.
not anymore. No. you live with it. It's your child. You know what I mean? I think you just kind of. I think it's kind of weird if your child keeps growing up and is out into the world, and you still go back and like play with its baby clothes and you know what I mean, feed the dolls. I just like that's creepy.
Next,
it's like next. Yeah,
I mean, you see the interviews with some of these superstars, you know, De Niro, Pacino, etc. That league and the ones that are right there with them, males and females, and so many of them say the same thing.
Yeah,
they go to the premiere, their opening, and they might stay for it. They might not after they have to take care of their business, but they don't really watch it when it comes on TV later on, years later. They don't even really look at it. And when they see it for the first time in 10 years, it surprises them.
It does. And you know, look, it's art and commerce meeting, right? So, man, we live in an industry and in a world that is like no other.
Oh no, there's nothing like this crazy business, man.
Yeah.
Are you kidding me? I mean, can you name maybe professional sports might be similar in many ways.
Do you know something about? I always love the movie Any Given Sunday.
Yes.
With Al Pacino.
I love that movie.
That movie's amazing, but that title sums up all sports, but obviously for the NFL specifically. But it's on any given Sunday. You know, the worst can beat the best.
Right.
You know, so that's kind of it.
And he wins the championship that year, and then gets cut as the head coach for the younger guy coming in, right? And he just sort of just takes it. And is that the film business or what?
It is, you know, but now I think that also there's something with social media, I believe as well, that it's changing that landscape where like, and you also have younger filmmakers that are bringing older, you know, some of the older quote unquote talent back and creating new work. I mean, Quentin Tarantino is the master at doing that.
He's the master of that.
And, you know, so I feel like now, not so much because now it's up to the people.
Right.
It's up to the consumer to go, I still like that person. Don't tell me who I should and shouldn't like.
Right.
So I like
that.
Well,
we definitely have more control as creative people, and there's more outlets for that. And that's a good and bad thing. It's sort of a two-edged blade. When you think about it, we have all these possibilities to get our projects seen and heard or watched, but there's so much out there that you can get lost in the thick of it all. But you know, one of the great baseball coaches who coached my son, the Hall of Famer Reggie Smith with the Los Angeles Dodgers, he coached my son for about 10 years. And my son's a professional athlete, my daughter is too. But one of the things that he says, and he says this to all his young players, to everybody, he says, don't worry about your talent. If you've got talent, they will find you anywhere on the planet Earth. The baseball scouts will find talent.
You know,
so is it kind of like that?
I'm going to tell you this because it's a combination of talent and also not being afraid of letting your work be known.
Yeah.
The good, the bad, and the ugly, and letting people know that you are doing it. Right. Because for a long time I thought, you know what, I'm going to let my talent or skills or my hard work speak for itself. And I actually had a close friend say, you kind of let people know that this is what you're doing. Because you think that people are watching or no, but people are busy. Life is very busy.
Right.
So I think it was adding that element of like, by the way, this is what I'm up to and this is what I'm doing.
Yeah. That's the hardest thing for a lot of folks.
Oh, God, you know, because it's like...
No, it's not hard for me, Jesse T, to talk about myself because nobody else talks about me, you know? So I was talking about myself.
I need more of that. I need more of Jesse T. I need some more of that.
You got to come to the Jesse T school of learning how to talk about yourself. and at the outcome... say absolutely nothing important.
You know, but who really is saying anything important?
But it sounds like it.
You know, and that's all that matters.
And we have a hell of a time getting there.
Yes, we do.
And now the dancer girls come in. Right. Three Stooges. Right. That's right. Slapstick comedy, man. That's something you got to do.
Slapstick comedy.
How fun would that be? It's not available anymore. No one's into it, but I sure am.
Yeah, you know, that's a niche, right? Yeah. And you have to be good. Like I think all around you have comedy You have to just commit with whatever level of the comedy you're doing.
I interviewed Dan Aykroyd on the Ghostbusters set, on the Ghostbusters premiere at the Chinese, right, with the new Ghostbusters team, and that movie didn't do too well. I mean, I
enjoyed it.
I enjoyed it, but
I thought it was great.
Apparently, the public didn't spend a lot of money at it. Never here nor there. But he's writing a third Ghostbusters right now. And for the original living members who are still living. So he's going to put the team back together. Yeah.
That'd be great.
Would that be great?
That'd be really great.
Yeah.
I mean, that was a classic.
Yeah.
You know?
That was like,
that was great. That was one of those movies that just fantastic.
The original SNL crew, they were the best.
I grew up with the original. Well, maybe in the middle of the beginning of. I was still, early '80s, I guess, mid '80s.
Yeah.
But yeah, they were great.
Yeah, they were absolutely. And they were. You talk about a bunch of crazy characters that were out on the edge.
Yeah.
Can you imagine producing a film with characters like that are totally on the edge? Like the great story about the Marx Brothers at Warner Brothers, and they got so bad because they were all womanizers. They were like nymphomaniac womanizers, and after every scene. They had to lock them in a cage. So they brought in animal cages and locked the Marx Brothers in a cage after every scene on the Warner Brothers lot so they could find them for the next scene. Otherwise, they would split the studio and go looking for girls. That's how infamous they were.
Well, luckily, I don't have to deal with that. Luckily, I'm in the time and age where I don't have to deal with that. And, which is great because people now self-police themselves. Which is awesome.
Yeah, absolutely. What is the most outrageous thing that's ever happened to you in the making of a film, either on set or on location? And I think probably locations would be the most outrageous things because you have no control over what's happening.
Well, the most outrageous thing,
crazy, outrageous,
Undeceived. I had the most outrageous thing that I had never experienced ever.
What?
And I do not recommend it to any filmmaker, not even any young filmmaker or new filmmaker. We're shooting a scene where Betsy's on the slab in the morgue, all that stuff, and we're in an actual morgue. We're set up, blah, 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 and I just see the DP come around the corner, and he's literally like kind of white and green, a little pale. I'm like, and he just talked very slow, like, Sevier, you should come over here. And I'm like, oh, what's going on? So we're walking on this hallway, and I just remember we made right turn towards the set.
Yeah.
And the entire hallway, right, which is like, I probably blacked out, had open caskets with actual cadavers in it.
What?
Open and
wait,
because it was an actual morgue. We were using it, so it was like, what? It was like this total, like, I remember just my body going cold and freezing.
Oh, man.
And so that's probably one of the craziest things that I believe I experienced ever on a set. God.
Thank God I wasn't on that set with you because I would have hid under the caskets and played different voices on everybody walking down the hall.
Listen, you know how to make a bad situation even worse.
I do. I'm really good at that.
For God's sake. No, yeah, it was, let's just say the ride home from that day was a very quiet one.
Sure.
That van was a very quiet van.
I was talking to somebody the other day, and they were telling me that they were shooting at the Roosevelt Hotel. The old Hollywood Lower Hotel, one of the oldest ones, where all the movie stars stayed at the time, and a lot of the executives had their suites there. That's where it was like a hotel of ill repute. I mean, everybody was cheating on everybody during the 30s and the 20s and the 30s and the 40s. I mean, that was like the place, and several people. Infamous stars had died in there from heart attacks and whatnot or whatever, and they were shooting up in what was the old penthouse up on top. They were shooting a scene for a film, and they were having paranormal activity during the shooting. They were catching things on the camera. So
that's
the cinematographer was saying, "Whoa, wait," and then when they play it back, the scene. Because you don't have to wait for dailies anymore. You can just rewind and go backward. They would see these go by, and they had challenges the whole night, all night with that.
Yeah. I only encountered
Would
that
that
once.
be like a freaky thing?
Yeah, I encountered that once in New Orleans. Actually,
Did you really?
We were doing a film, The Culling, actually, and
what was it?
It's called The Culling.
The Culling?
Yeah,
I think I saw. Wasn't that a big? That was a huge film.
That was a huge, I'd say medium.
I mean, it had full
film.
theatrical release though.
I believe it might have had some theatrical release.
Yeah,
again, that was one that I just didn't really see.
Right.
But we shot in the same house that they shot The Skeleton Key with Kate Hudson.
Oh boy.
And there was an incident where everybody's set up for a scene. They would break for lunch. Everybody's downstairs. I come in and I'm looking for someone, and I'm just hearing some things upstairs. I'm like, whatever. I come back and the camera crew is like yelling and pissed off, and they're like, "Who came in here? Who rearranged this? Why is everything a mess?" And we're like, "No one's been up there." So the entire set was like dismantled and moved around, and there was a piece of camera equipment that no one could find. It just disappeared, and it was then found in like the closet, like on the floor, like in like the oddest location.
Nobody put it there.
No, but
Nobody would have put it
I was
there.
the only person. Actually, I came in and I was looking for people, and everybody was outside, breaking for lunch.
Yeah.
And you know how lunch is. Once you break for lunch, there's no one not gonna be
No.
at the table. So that was my experience with that.
I just want you to know, I happened to be there that night.
Was that you?
Yeah, I was playing games.
I don't appreciate that. That was so not cool.
I know.
Yeah. Well, that was actually, speaking of another awkward moment on set.
Man, he went producer on me. Did you see that?
Yeah, I did.
He went like total authoritarian producer on me.
I think
God,
I had a little bit of
good
PTSD
job,
on that.
man.
I had a little bit of flashback. I was like, oh my god. Yeah, it was a little. That was crazy. That was an interesting set, because there's also a lot of high grass outside, and so the crew was missing like C-stands and stuff throughout, and so we had we were shooting nights, so then we had people with actual shotguns walking around with them because we're by the bayou. So they
alligators,
100%, and once in a while you'd hear a shotgun go off, and you're like, I'm gonna go back to the French Quarters. I'll see you guys later. This is bananas. Why are you out there? You shouldn't be out there. Of course, the producer's yelling, you shouldn't be out there.
Yes.
So.
And you're standing there at the end of the set yelling, and everybody's watching you yell to somebody that's not there, right? So
100%. 100%.
That's so funny. But that's true. The weird things like that do happen. And like she was telling me, this paranormal activity. And, I have talked to people over the years, because, I've been doing this since Moses was alive, and the Dead Sea was still flowing water.
That's a very long time, pal.
Yeah, that's right. Lee was with me all the way.
Yeah. He's like, there you go. Thank you. I was like, don't throw me on anything.
I just happen to keep the young looks,
There you go. I'm really a vampire.
That's right. How did you know? God, I was digging the cadaver scene, dude. Come on, man.
I can tell you lit up when I brought it up.
But
so that was it.
I lit up and had to heal the teeth
there
back
you
in. Stay in there. Darn it. Stay in there. But other people have said that they have had, or through the years, weird paranormal activity. That's about all they can attribute it to, is this weird energy, paranormal stuff. When you see it on the camera, when the camera guy, the cinematographer actually sees it, it's like, oh, that's weird.
Well, because the thing is, it's like there's something on the camera where you all were. So it's like
you're all looking at the scene.
It's like there was something in here with us. Right. So that's the creepy part. There's something here with us that we can't see, but the camera picked up.
Oh, that is so creepy, man.
And it's like, and please don't come home with me.
Come home with him. Go home with him.
Go home with George. He has a great house.
And a big one, too. You can haunt the hell out of that house. Not mine. Thank you very much. I got to get some sleep. Ain't that the truth, man? Oh, yeah. It's a crazy business. It really is. And it's a kind of business that you can have just so many stories and so many memories and so many wonderful fun times. And even the difficult times are actually are fun, because it's all part of the business. And as you go on in time with it and you become better at what you do, and more sophisticated and bigger budgets and more accountability and more responsibility and all of that, you really, really treasure these times of your career. The first 10 or 15 years, you start treasuring that time, because as time goes on, it becomes even more serious, I think.
You know, one thing that I've actually learned too is because of the experience and how I'm coming into the business and the people that I've surrounded myself with, I refuse to let that aspect go.
Yeah.
You have to have fun. And actually, all of my mentors and people at the top that I respect, that's the motto. That's how it needs to be. Like, we're in the film TV industry, for crying out loud. Like, we're not in a school, you know, getting paid crappy money and molding, trying to mold the kids of tomorrow.
You're not policemen on the street,
or policemen or firefighters that are saving their, you know, risking their lives for us. You know, and also policemen and women. You know, which, by the way, at any moment you have people now, these shootings at schools and things.
What's going on with that, man?
I don't know, but you know, so to that I say, do not come with a bad attitude on a film set or a set. Like, dude, like, turn your TV on.
Right.
Like, we have it pretty cushy.
Yeah.
We have it pretty cushy.
Do you know anybody that got affected by the fires up in Malibu and Woodley Canyon?
Do you know, I know a few people that things came very, very close and they're affected to some degree. I don't think I have anybody that had officially lost everything, but there's a few friends and people that I know that you know, it got dangerously close.
Right.
But then again, I haven't heard from quite a few people still.
Yeah.
So, you know, I've been very eagerly just keeping, you know, an eye out, because I know.
And especially,
you know,
what about that giant campfire up in the Northern California region? I mean, that's over 140,000 acres. And 35%. And I saw one video on YouTube, and I mean, I was describing earlier, it was truly Dante's Inferno.
Yeah.
Going through a tunnel of fire down a mountain road. This woman was praying that her family would survive as the flames were creating this tunnel over the vehicle and the embers, and she was just flying down this mountain road, passing up burned cars. I mean, this was something out of a $200,000 budget movie.
Yeah.
That you would see on a big giant green screen at Thunder Studios over in Long Beach. You know, giant screen.
Massive.
Just massive. I mean, it's overwhelming that has taken place. You know, how do you address that? You know, as a person, how do you reconcile anything? Do you think? I mean, do you think that it was started by some guy? Do you think it was started by some satellite shooting beams down? I mean, where is the truth, right?
Well, you know, look, if you know a little bit about science and you know about the planet and the winds and the humidity and the dry, I mean, California is a desert, so there's some elements of that. You know, I believe one of them, not recently, I think the one that happened off of Mulholland, and Skirball area.
Yeah, that was just 2 years ago.
Right. That was, from what I understand, that one was caused by someone.
It was a couple, 2 or 3 homeless people camping out on the side of the 405 freeway.
So that's how that one got, you know, started. Right. But, you know, I just feel it. I got to tell you, it puts life and things into perspective.
It really does.
And again, it goes back to, I'm blessed and very lucky to do what I do with the people that I do it with.
Right.
So I'm just grateful.
I mean, you get the hurricanes in Texas off the Gulf.
We get the tornadoes
and
hurricanes.
More of the tornadoes.
You know what's interesting? More and more in Texas, actually, are hurricanes, because I grew up with tornadoes. I grew up going tornado warnings and doing your whole tornado drill
down in the basement,
or underneath your desk. Like, you know,
to me, that's more frightening than earthquakes.
Oh no! I grew up. No way. I grew up in hurricanes in Puerto Rico, and I grew up in Texas with tornadoes. And look, you can dodge both of those. Okay.
Yeah.
The ground, we're connected to it. The birds are the only ones that have, you know, that are good to go on that.
I don't know, man.
Everybody else, I don't know, man.
Tornado Alley coming down, tornado that are like 3 miles wide or 2 miles wide, and those hurricanes that 160
But you know the chances
wind?
of that, if you lay close to like like on the curb on the
Right.
street, or you lay on the open field
Right.
flat,
Right.
your chances of surviving are greater than if the ground underneath you shakes and the building collapses on you. So I'll take those two over the
I think
the earthquake.
I think you need you have a new profession called survivalist and prepper, because he's been in hurricanes, tornadoes, maybe a light little earthquake out here, and these vicious, terrible firestorms that we're going through right now.
Yeah,
it's just wait
it's,
a minute, maybe is stuff following you? Wait, this paranormal actor. Wait a second. I think I hit on something here. That's
I don't know. Please allow me to introduce myself. Wow.
Absolutely, my friend. So how do folks get in touch with you? How do they contact you, become a fan, watch the stuff that you're doing, and kind of keep track of what's happening in your career?
You know what? The almighty imdb.com.
Right.
And then IG is Sevier Crespo. The Peanut Gallery Group, which is my production company.
Right.
And the same thing with Facebook.
Right.
So,
absolutely.
Yeah.
And raising money is like the most important thing for independent production companies.
Yeah.
Raising money.
Yeah, raising money. Yeah, raising money.
So anybody that won the California lottery or any lottery, would you donate money to this man's company? And
Please.
He'll make you a deal that you can't
make
refuse.
See, let's talk in private, eh? But whoever won the $1 billion jackpot.
Is that like sick or what? $900 million out the door. One person in South Carolina. One person.
God has laid the grace and the golden glove upon your existence.
Oh my Lord, help me.
Yeah.
About the only thing I've ever won in my life is $1 billion no's.
Well, listen, that's just as good, just on the other side of the spectrum.
Oh, gee, thanks for your positive outlook. And
you got to look at it positive.
Oh, yeah, right, sure. A rose is a rose, by any other name is still a rose, right? Yes, but I got a thorn in my finger that's like 3 inches long, and I'm bleeding to death. But it's still just a smelly, pretty rose.
But it still smells good.
That's what I told her last night.
Yeah,
right. Yeah. Sex dolls are going to be opening it up in Hollywood and brothels near you. Did you know that?
Wait, what? No, I did not.
AI intelligent robot sex dolls. There's a guy who's going to open up a business in Hollywood. And it's not prostitution because it's not a human being. He found a niche in the law.
But you know what? That's a perfect example of how technology and things moving forward evolve. That's
right.
Touche.
Yeah, man.
Touche.
Something?
Wow.
I tossed that one out as Sevier, and he was like, "What? Where did that come from?"
I have to say, you got me on that.
Yeah,
you got me because
but
I was
right.
shocked.
You turned it around. It absolutely is. Go check out Deceived on YouTube. You just put in Deceived trailer, Deceived, and you'll be able to catch it there. Look for the movie out, and give your IG site again.
Sevier Crespo.
Okay.
Yeah.
And follow his company. The name again?
Peanut Gallery Group.
I like that.
Yeah.
And follow this guy's career. This guy's going to be. He's going to be doing 4 avatars in a row someday here. And,
that's very kind. That's very kind.
Yes, and at the end of it, he's not going to have any hair. I promise you.
Yeah, probably.
Absolutely, man. Hey, brother, thanks a lot, man.
Thank you so much.
This has been crazy
it.
gas, man. I'm telling you, I learned so much, and as I ask every guest that comes through the Jesse T Show, please give me a job.
Done, and done. We can discuss it. We can talk about it. There we go.
It's always we can discuss it.
Well, for the record, all you said a job, so I can find a job.
Oh, thanks. Oh, good one. The Jesse T Show. Facebook.com, Instagram, YouTube, and everywhere else. 25 different social network stations, radio, TV, everything. Even the pigeons carry our message across the sky. Jesse T, the Brown Beauty's off duty. See ya!